काफी बड़ा परिवार है मेरा, यही संसार है मेरा। हर दिन मेरी कोशिश है इसे हरा भरा रखने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को मजबूत बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को जीता जागता बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश बड़ों की सेवा की, कुछ कोशिश छोटों को बड़ा बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश नई दिशाएं दिखाने की, कुछ कोशिश उत्साह जगाने की। देश नाम है मेरे संसार का, इंडिया नाम है मेरे परिवार का, टाटा कोशिश जिम्मेदारी निभाने की।
Why should the road tell me where to go?
Why should anything come between me and the stars?
Why should impossible stop me?
Why shouldn't I make space for the unexpected?
Why shouldn't that feel like this?
How would here look like from there, or there, or there?
Every journey brings its own questions. You bring your own reply.
A big hello and a warm welcome to each and every one of you. You're with me, Pig Brain, here today at yet another cluster final for Tata Crucible for Campuses 2023. But this is not yet another cluster final. Why do I make that statement? Well, we travel across the length and breadth of this country. We've got thousands and thousands who take part, now lakhs, 1.25 plus lakh students taking part in just this edition of Tata Crucible. So the numbers are huge. We're down now to identify India's top 24. So from this cluster, we're going to have one of them getting that slot. Cluster number 22 is where we are, and it's from West Bengal, which is why I said it's not yet another cluster. Traditionally, it's known to be a super cluster at a Tata Crucible. Very high amount of knowledge comes from that region of India. Passion for quizzing, their love for knowledge, all of that gets coupled with the fact that some of India's best educational institutions happen to be housed in the eastern terrain of India. So it's not just West Bengal. You go across to Jharkhand, you go across now even to Shillong. You've got some outstanding institutes that have started there, including a lot of the IIMs and the IITs. So, ladies and gentlemen, brace for an amazing final. That's my reading of the situation. One of these worthy six will go through. It's an even balanced final. 3 gentlemen, 3 women. Does not happen often. And if you've seen the past 21 clusters, wherever the girls have taken part this year, they've either won it or finished runner-up. So the girls will be smiling on that lucky charm note. But well, every cluster is a different cluster. Anything can happen. It's a quiz at the end of the day. Let me first begin with a quick reminder of the rules. 5 seconds of time, 50 the value, 1 strike on the buzzer. Whoever gets through with the answer gets the plus 50, else a minus 50. One among the 24 will go through to the next round. But for now, let's take a look at who are the 6 who've made it this far after grueling rounds on the internet. Then, of course, the wild cards and the semi-finals and the big cluster final now. Time for us to introduce our finalists. Our first finalist here today, representing IIM Calcutta. Let's welcome Garima. Welcome to you, Garima. Negrim Garima as our second finalist from Durgapur, representing BCREC from there, is Militia. Welcome to you. Neighbouring Militia as our third contender here today, from IIM Calcutta, we have with us Charlene. Welcome, Charlene. Neighbouring Charlene from NSEC Kolkata is Anuj. Welcome to the final. Neighbouring Anuj here today as our next contender from IIT KGP is Shivam. Welcome, Shivam. And completing our lineup also from IIM Calcutta is Piyush. Welcome, Piyush. Those, ladies and gentlemen, are 6 finalists. One of them will go through into the nation's top 24. Well, it's been a year when the IIMs have been on the roll across the country. They've been doing well. At a business quiz, they're expected to do well. That's a normal norm. Typically, they're the expected ones to do well, but the other institutes have all braced for this challenge over the last 19 years. Everyone's learned business quizzing, so anything can happen. But time for us to welcome these 6 and start our final from West Bengal. Request all of you to hold your buzzers up in positions as we pick action on the first frontier of our game here today. It's time for our contestants to think. Here it is. Contestants, please note in the first couple of rounds, you will get visuals on your screen with accompanied information from me. However, if you press the buzzer, you're indicating you know the answer. So I'll choose to keep quiet because you are telling me you know the answer. Time to get started with the first one. Hands on the buzzer. Question on your screen now. Together with Sir Jamshedji Kanga, he authored what is to this day considered an authoritative reference tool for tax professionals. This great man would actually conduct sessions in stadiums to explain India's union budget. Who is this great thinker from India's history and an authority in the world of taxation? He happened to be the chairman of a Tata company for a period of time. Your options are Nani Palkiwala or Darbari Seth. No one taking a chance. 5 seconds of time running away. The one and only Nani Palkiwala. As we go to the next one, hands on the buzzer, tough first one, on to the next one. Here we go. This is a famous advertising campaign for Poldrine. Poldrine was an anti-malaria drug made by the Imperial Chemical Industries or ICI. Which great man in India created this ad campaign? West Bengal final. Piyush is giving it a shot. Go ahead, Piyush.
Satyajit Ray.
Is perfectly correct. He's got that right. Well, it would be a question like that from West Bengal. Satyajit Ray spent many years of his life in advertising. This was one of the campaigns he created. As we go to the next one, the third one, on your screen now. This man named Guido Rossum created an extremely important language, a programming language. He's a Dutch programmer. And that has become the basis of the future of a technology in this modern world. What programming language did Rossum create that is powering a new world of thinking? It's a very important language for a particular area of expertise. Nobody's on the buzzer. Anuj is. Go ahead, Anuj.
Python, sir.
Is absolutely correct. Python powering artificial intelligence in this world. He'll get himself a 50 as we go to the next one on your screens now. The 1994 Marrakesh Agreement led to the creation of this organization on the 1st of January 1995. Which organization is this from its logo? Is it the World Trade Organization or is it the World Bank? Piyush is giving it another shot. Go ahead, Piyush.
The World Trade Organization.
We'll give you another 50. He's moving well and he's moving to 100 at this stage. As we move to the next question on your screens now. These are three people. It's a consortium led by Todd Bowley, Eldridge Industries, and the founder of Wise Foundation. All of them acquired something interesting in May 2022. Which football club are we talking about? Football is big business. Your options are Chelsea or Manchester City. Piyush is giving it a shot. Go ahead, Piyush.
Chelsea.
Another 50 to Piyush. He's moving very quickly into 150. As we go to the next question, we'll take a look at the scores after this. On your screen, the final one in the first round. Now, Invictus Games is an international multi-sport event. A Tata company, or now Tata company, has been sponsoring this ever since it has been created. It's a fantastic event called Invictus Games. The foundation, of course, supports ex-servicewomen and men globally. Which Tata subsidiary or Tata company, acquired by the Tatas and an iconic global brand, powers these games? Your options are Tata Tetley or Jaguar Land Rover. Piyush is giving it a shot. Go ahead, Piyush.
Jaguar Land Rover.
Piyush is well prepared. He's very fast on the buzzer and he immediately buzzes with a great amount of conviction. Early days here, but we will take a look at the scores on the other side of this very quick break. So quick that probably only a big basket can match that timing. Well, there's someone who supports our quiz and we are in absolute gratitude for that. But for the moment, let me take a quick break and back on the other side. If you have a big basket order, do it. They'll reach you. Well, on the other side, I'll show you the scores.
This picnic was a great idea.
थैंक यू
Candlelight dinner of sandwiches.
पर ब्रेड बटर तो लिए नहीं आज सेल डे नहीं है ना
What? ब्रेड बटर खरीदने के लिए forget that Thursday sale. Big basket है हर दिन सस्ता. Big savings, big basket.
Dumbest idea ever.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this quiz is going to be a tight one the way it's moving. One young man seems to be dominating, but will he hold on to that domination? From West Bengal, it's a tough cluster, but anything can happen. For the moment, 2 questions for you. Key into that chat box. If you get it right, you stand to win a prize. Here's the first one for you. It's an interesting question. We all today live with barcodes. We scan them, we buy food, we do a lot of things with barcodes. Question to you. When barcodes were originally introduced, they were not square shaped. What was the shape? Well, key in your answers as I ask you the next question. How does the world know the Bell Telephone Company? Started, of course, by Alexander Graham Bell. How do we know this telephone company today? Key in your answers as we get back to the West Bengal final. You're with me, Pig Brain, and I tell you what, it's an early start. We've got Anuj from NSEC Kolkata, who's on 50. He's got off to a start, but off to a blazing start with 200 from IIM Calcutta, Piyush Kedia in the lead. Will he hold on to that as we progress through the quiz? We'll figure out as we move to the second round. It's called Collaborate. Here it is. Scoring remains the same. The format remains the same through this round as we begin with the first one on your screen now. Well, Anuj, huge risk. Go ahead.
What was the collaboration with Tata?
Sorry?
Can you once repeat the question?
I did not even ask the question. You buzzed before I started speaking. You can give me an answer. Go ahead. Go on quickly, please.
Tata.
Minus 50 to you, not getting it right. He makes a mistake on that. My question would have been which Tata entity which is actually a private limited, owns 100% in this? The answer would have been Tata Sons, which became a private limited company. Well, tough luck for you. And we move on to the next one. Hands on the buzzer. Overall answer is what matters. Here it is. All of this will lead you to an extremely popular shoe brand. Started as a shoe brand, but has later become a sports equipment and accessories brand. Bayern Munich is very important, a German giant named after its owner. The UEFA Champions League is an important entity. Piyush is giving it a shot. Yes, Piyush.
Adidas.
Lovely. Oh, he has strung it together very well. These are tough questions because you got to make everything meet and fit. As we go to the next one on your screens now. Ravi Mathai was an important former director. The logo of this place is inspired by a carved stone. Stopping me is Piyush, iconic institution. Go ahead.
Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic answer, Piyush Kedia in super form. N.R. Narayan Murthy had his first job actually as a chief system programmer at IIM Ahmedabad. Vikram Sarabhai was one of the founding members of it. Superb quizzing. The overall answer, IIM Ahmedabad. As we go to the next one on screen now. This is a huge Korean giant. They support the Australian Open. They support wildlife. LeBron James is a global brand ambassador for them. Hyundai is their parent. The highest stake. Piyush is giving it a shot. Is it a half chance?
Kia.
Very good. Kia Motors is absolutely right. It's the Kia Australian Open. And Hyundai, I think, has about 34% stake or something in Kia. Lovely. He's just moving from strength to strength. He's on 350. At some stage, it may just become a battle for the second place. But let's see what happens. Here's the next one. Hands on the buzzer. Your answer is a famous Indian individual. Overall answer. Here we go. RCB, United Nations Women, Government of Telangana brand ambassador, Piyush. Go ahead.
Sania Mirza.
Superb. Oh, well. Sir, did someone tell me Chris Gale has relocated to West Bengal? Well, Piyush is playing like Chris Gale would walk into a T20 match. He's just gone bang, 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 and he's on 400 here today. And we're just about at halfway into this quiz. Well, let's see what happens. Here's the next one coming up on your screen now. This is astronaut Massimino. He became the first the first from world history to do something from outer space. What did he do which another person who's enthusiastic about space recently told was one of the important achievements of what is now his company? 5 seconds of time. Nobody on the buzzer. This is Mike Massimino, the first ever person to create history by tweeting from outer space. The first ever, and Elon Musk is a huge enthusiast of outer space tourism. So tough one. Actually not a tough one, but anyway, going to the next one on your screen now. Who came up with plant-based whoopers and said, sorry for the confusion, meat lovers. Sorry for the confusion to meat lovers. Which company has come up with a plant-based option? Piyush.
Burger King.
Clever. Extremely clever. Burger King realized that the world is moving increasingly to being vegetarian and started creating plant-based options. Well, it's supposed to taste, I'm a vegetarian, so it's supposed to taste like meat. I've tasted this, but I don't know what meat tastes like, so I'm not able to compare. But nonetheless, it's a phenomenal option created for the world to not miss the flavor of meat, but to be able to move to vegetarian. Piyush getting another one right. as we go to the next one on your screen now. Thank you for being late. An optimist's guide to thriving in the age of accelerations. The world can truly be flat. Who is this great writer who advocated a flat world? Is it Richard Branson or Thomas? Someone's gone for it. Piyush.
Thomas Gladwell.
No, minus 50 to you. It's Friedman. Thomas Friedman is the right answer. He comes back to 400. As we go to the next question, hands on the buzzers. Well, I think the second place will become a battle very soon, though technically this game is not over as far as Piyush is concerned. Here's the next one. Hands on the buzzer. Now, this is a musical version of Mughal-e-Azam. It was created in association with the National Centre for Performing Arts by Feroz Abbas Ali Khan. Which company created this musical? Is it the Mahindras? He stopped me. Go ahead, Piyush.
Shapurji Palonji.
Lovely. Oh, what an answer. He seems to be a good quizzer. Shapurji Palonji, who have, of course, a stake in the Tata Group, were the ones who produced this. Fantastic answer. As we go to the next one on your screen now. This is a newspaper tycoon. He was a publisher. He served as a member of parliament in the Lok Sabha, ran into a lot of trouble with Dhirubhai Ambani, but ran a newspaper with great courage. Piyush.
Ramnath Goenka.
Perfect. Oh, Piyush is a good quizzer. Ramnath Goenka will give him another 50. And if I'm not wrong, I don't quite remember 23 clusters, but I just get a feeling this is a national record score on 500. Nobody across India in 22 clusters has touched 500. Piyush Chris Gale has done it for now. But we'll see what happens as he progresses in this game. He might just get to 600 or 700. He is in super form. The second place has good prize money. So the other 5 of you might want to say, all right, we ran into a tsunami in a wrong city and want to realign your strategy to win the second place. As we go to the next one on your screen now. It's an American multinational financial services giant headed by Abigail Johnson, chairwoman. It was founded by her grandfather, Edward Johnson. Am I talking about James Chase or Fidelity Investments, or Chase Investments or Fidelity Investments? Shivam's giving it a shot. Yeah, Shivam.
It's Fidelity Investments.
Is correct. He'll get himself a 50 and the battle now goes beyond Piyush. Piyush might just sit back and say clean 500. I don't know what he's going to do. But as we go to the next one, because you got 7 questions left, so Piyush clearly is the winner. Anybody else will reach only up to 400, even if that is Shivam. So Piyush clearly the champion, unless he contributes a few negatives to complicate the game. The last one in this round on your screen now. This is the famous Google Doodle, Piyush.
Burning Man Festival.
Plus 50 yet again. He is supremely well prepared for Tata Crucible as we now move into the final frontier of our game. But after this very quick break, back in just a moment.
उससे मिलके I feel like a child again. वो हमेशा दिखाती है मुझे bright side. She is nature और मैं हूँ her finest creation. Nature's finest by Mia.
Red. Christmassy. Yellow. Pink. तुम भी पिंक, मैं भी पिंक, दोनों गुलदस्ता लगेंगे.
आपकी आधी शाम भी इसी तरह अपने पसंद के शोज ढूंढने में निकल जाती है ना? एक ऐप, दूसरी ऐप, फिर तीसरी, डिसाइड करते करते इवनिंग ओवर, करेक्ट? इसलिए हमने डाउनलोड किया है टाटा प्ले बिंज। पाइए 22+ OTT एप्स के शोज, मूवीज, लाइव स्पोर्ट्स और बहुत कुछ एक ही जगह पे। यानी नो मोर ढूंढना, ओनली देखना।
तो आज ही टाटा प्ले बिंज डाउनलोड कीजिए। प्लान स्टार्ट एट ₹249।
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this quiz is going in one direction. It's an absolute tsunami that's coming from IIM Calcutta. Piyush is blazing away to a national record score. But well, before we see how far he reaches, I've got one last question for you guys. Key in the answers into that chat box. Here's the question. The capacity of a battery is normally expressed in which of these manners? Volt hours or ampere hours? Volt hours or ampere hours? Key in your answers. One of them is correct. And let's see what happens with this final from West Bengal. Here is the dashboard. You're reading it correctly. On 550 is Piyush Kedia from IIM Calcutta. He seems to be in a real hurry to get to the next round. Shivam is on 50. The others will try to challenge Shivam. That's the realistic target for the second place. For the moment, time to move to the final frontier. Time to lead. Here it is. The final frontier is all about the power of speed. It's about how quickly you decide you know the answer and stop me from continuing to read the question. So that's your strategy to deploy speed and stop the other contenders and, well, to get ahead of the rest in answering first. On the power of speed, the points remain the same, but remember, the moment you press the buzzer, I stop reading the question. So, you have indicated you know the answer. Final 6 questions will determine who finishes second at West Bengal because we know who's finishing first. It's a rare way for me to introduce a final round. He's dominated the first 3 rounds or the first 2 segments to get to 550, which is an unassailable score. For now, in the final frontier, speed is power. It's actually like, Big Basket now. That is, speed is power. They deliver so quickly, and that is what makes them who they are. But for the moment in this round, let's see who's going to play that game. Starting with the first of 6 questions, nothing appearing on your screen. So listen to me carefully and start playing for that second place. Here we go. The first use of this term is credited to a 1961 attempt to oust Howard Hughes, who was in control of Trans World Airlines. The creditors provided Charles Stighalst an employment contract that included a contract clause which said they would pay him money if he lost his job. This became a beautiful practice over a period of time, and it has a 2-word term. Is it a golden handcuff or a golden parachute? When you pay someone, Anuj is giving it a shot.
Golden parachute
Is correct. He will get to 50 as well here today. That's our second place battle beginning to brew up. As we go to the next question, hands on the buzzer. This gentleman and Clarence Clark won the inaugural United Nations National Tennis Double Championship. Very few know he's a tennis player. In the summer 1900 Olympics, he finished 4th in golf. He is an American mechanical engineer who actually gave the world methods to improve industrial efficiency. Is it Abraham Maslow or Frederick Taylor? Piyush is not giving up. Yes, Piyush?
Frederick Taylor.
Is perfect. Frederick Winslow Taylor is the one who gave you theories of improving industrial efficiency. On 600, Piyush is really moving from strength to strength. Well, Anuj and Shivam on 50 apiece. The others, The girls might just start buzzing now because 3 questions left, nothing to lose. Here's the next one. This company gave India, after its independence, its first ballot boxes. Piyush.
Godrej.
50 again. 650 to Piyush Kedia. Well, as we go to the next one, let's see what happens on this. The name of this profession is derived from Latin for fellow salve or count of French for count of candles. It's normally a servant who's responsible for maintaining the lighting and cleanliness. In the 19th century and the 20th century in Paris, the profession got to be known as Suisse, as the post was offered and filled only by Swiss people. Today, it's a profession where people take care of your travel requirements, typically at a hotel. What is this desk at a hotel where people light up your journey is called? Piyush.
Concierge.
Lovely. Lovely. The word concierge means lighting up your way. And he's got that absolutely right, which is why they're called concierge. 2 questions to go. Well, what is Piyush trying to get at? He seems to be unrelenting as a quizzer. He's not even allowing them to play for the second place. So there seem to be 2 battles here at the West Bengal round. One is to crack Pig Brain's questions. Second is to crack it faster than Piyush does. That seems to be an inbuilt contest here. Well, he's really dominating. He's superb today. As we go to the next question, we'll unlock the buzzers, please. Yeah, here we go. He was a professor of business policy at INSEAD, a professor of strategic leadership at London Business School. He has doctorates from Harvard and MIT. He proposed the springtime theory, which argued that managers and approaches to management strongly affect cultures. He also advocated the smell of a place is so crucial for people to think alike. Who from the world of management gurus are we talking about? C.K. Prahalad or Sumantra Ghoshal? Anuj is taking the risk.
Sir, C.K. Prahalad.
We'll give you the minus 50 that you don't want. Well, he's taken a negative on that one. Shivam is on 50. From IIT Kharagpur, he might just wait out the last question and take the risk. I don't know how he's going to play it. Here's the final question. At the time of her retirement, she was the oldest commissioned officer of the United States Navy. Her retirement ceremony was aboard one of the oldest commissioned ships of the Navy, the ship being about 190 years old. She is famous for creating the Flowmatic programming language, which was later extended to create COBOL. Which iconic lady from the world of software programming is our final tribute at Tata Crucible today? 5 seconds ticking away. No one's on the buzzer. The answer that I was looking for was Admiral Grace Hopper. Well, big answer from the world of technology. But ladies and gentlemen, we've got a unique dashboard. No one really being able to do much with Piyush Kedia playing the way he's played. Let's take a look at that final scorecard. Shivam Yadav will finish runner-up from IIT Kharagpur. Well, it was a lopsided battle where Piyush Kedia has really played it in probably 3 words or 3 lines. Vidi, Vini, Vici. He came, he saw, he conquered. That's my tribute to a young quizzer like this. He's outstanding. I rarely lend my neck out to make such comments. But if Piyush continues to play this way, we may have just seen a national champion in action. That's his dominance today in a tough cluster like West Bengal. Absolutely supreme dominance. And I think his teammates or his college mates and the others will only turn around and say, man, this guy was too good today. Hats off to the way he's played. We haven't seen anyone play like this across India so far. It's for him to take this forward. But at this moment, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations both to Shivam and Piyush and for the rest of you from 1.25 lakh people to reach the top 6 of West Bengal. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, as Piyush Kedia moves into the nation's top 24, from Rashmi and me, Pig Brain, from all of us at the studios of Tata Crucible, thank you for tuning in. Goodbye. See you in the next cluster.